Relax naman itong 10 players na ito. No, mga alam na nilang gagawin. Kasi naramdaman ko nung Pasig at saka San Juan talagang... And we are underway with the series. Winner here moves into the national or in these conference finals. They will meet the winner of that Pasig San Juan series where Pasig has already drawn first blood. Alvarez with his first start with the basketball this afternoon. And it doesn't stay very long with Pampanga. De La Rosa is sprinting hard.
And that is the energy that we were talking about. The turnovers, yung turnover ng Pampanga translated into 2 points by De La Rosa. It's going to be a good matchup to watch. Itong si Bong Alvarez at saka itong si De La Rosa.
Okay, checking back on the referees, they are Nicolas, Buenaventura, and Vivo. They are on the beat here this afternoon. It's 2-0 Manila. We are 40 seconds into game 1. Bong Alvarez takes his first long attempt. It goes. I was talking to Louis Alas, who was scouting that game, Pasig against San Juan. He definitely senses some anxiety, some bit of nervousness having to play against Pampanga, simply because Pampanga does have, no question, championship experience.
Hindi lang yung championship experience, masasabi ko yung camaraderie nitong Pampanga team. Every time you win a very difficult series, no, the quarterfinal series, nagbaband ng isang koponan.
It's like all families that have to go through a crisis, somehow that crisis bonds you together. You do not want it to happen, but of course we know what happened to Pampanga. Excellent touch passing between Compton as well as Aduco.
There's definitely that two-man game between Compton and Aduco. You can never discount that. Even on a fast break, kahit na half-court offense yan, they're gonna go to Compton and Aduco.
Pampanga wants to slow things down, and that's obvious early on. They're trying to play setup here. Long shot by Alvarez. He had to shoot it under so much pressure, looking for a foul, but none forthcoming. I failed to mention earlier that these are the possible gentlemen who will be the factors in this particular battle, Danny.
Well, talking about Compton and Aduco, look at their combined numbers. That's a whopping 42 points. That's only 26 for the combination of Otto Morano and Lon David. And more importantly, looking at the numbers of Alex Compton, yung 7 rebounds and 6 assists, napakarami yan. And it can do a lot of damage to the opposing team.
In the meantime, an offensive foul is called against Aduco. We're at the 6-2 count, 2 minutes into this opening quarter. And we'll have a quick report now from Lexi Schultz, who'll take care of presenting to us the ins and outs of the Manila Metrostars.
Thanks a lot, Seb. Okay, you think a team as powerful as the Manila Metrostars would be used to all of the pressure that would come with a series like this? Exactly what you guys said a while ago. These boys are fully aware that Pampanga has a lot more championship experience when it comes to games like this. And another thing is Manila is fully aware that the Pampanga home court is a lot more powerful than their own. But Coach Louis Alas reminds them that, hello guys, we have been virtually unbeaten in this court, so we're going to keep it that way. And let's see if Manila can shake some of the jitters against Pampanga in game 1. Guys, back to you.
That's a good point, Lexi. In the meantime, Bansil with his first basket, cutting down the Manila lead. It's currently an 8-4 opening quarter. The Mapi sends it outside to De La Rosa, who seems to be very active on his feet as Peter Martin is trying to get out of a hamstring injury that pounded him over the last month. He'll try to see how much he can extend himself in this particular first game, but he seems to be up and about. In the meantime, the pick provided for Morano. Morano scoots inside and he's clipped upon entry.
And we were talking about the Pampanga Dragons trying to slow things down. And it seems that talking about the Eagles, napapunta sa Manila Metrostars yung kanilang Eagle. Now that they're trying to establish their half-court offense, itong Pampanga Dragons, they have to find out kung saan talaga manggagaling yung kanilang rotation. Kasi ang nangyayari, they're being caught with a 23-second violation. You know, they lapse into turnovers. And this is what you want to avoid. Ayaw mo makaunang yung kalaban.
Yes. I think we all know this as tayo sa panel. We spent a delightful evening dun sa timeout with a new hangout over there along Timog and Ibartulaso Street, and which is owned by, of course, Bonnie Garcia, team consultant of Pampanga. He was conscious of the fact that Pampanga has to steal one here in Manila. It's not easy to do. What with, as Lexi pointed out, the record of Manila in this building.
That's true. At sabihin na natin, they are very relaxed, very comfortable. They know kung saan malalaglag yung bola, kung kanino pupunta.
Compton drops it inside. Aduco going lefty, no problem. Excellent two-man game between the partners.
The body, so to speak, ito si
Yes.
Romel Aducol at saka si Alex Compton. In a very tight fix, you'll see a move by Compton passing it off to Romel Aducol.
Off that very fine DHL assist. Now, Andy de Guzman, who dumating nung bandang dulo nung gabi natin, kwento niya sa akin that his assignment definitely would be Alex Compton. Now, he's wary of the fact that Compton is such a top-notch player. He's worried about the quick release and so many things that Compton can do on the court.
Kailangan nga, mas mabilis na player ang kumikap dito kay Alex Compton. Di mo alam kung titira o papasa.
Ato Morano is trying to court the inside, trying to get the Manila Metrostars into some bit of foul trouble early on. And Aduco collects his second foul. Danny, nung ikaw, big man, you get into early fouls, do you learn how to play with a number of fouls, or it's something you never really get adjusted to?
Well, for me, you just have to play your game, regardless of whether you have 2 fouls, 3 fouls. When you're on the floor, it is a signal by your coach to remain on the floor and you play your game. The thing is lang, when you begin to hold back because of 2 personal fouls, masisira ang laro. Masisira lang, hindi lang yung laro mo, pero yung laro ng buong team.
And I think, yes, that's in the mind of Louis Alas because he's not making any move to change Aduco right now.
Well, I'm sure if Romel picks up his third, he has to be replaced.
In the meantime, it's an 11-8 count, 8:38 remaining. We have some very vociferous, very noisy Pampanga fans over there just beside their bench, just behind Pia Gonzalez, who we'll be talking to in just a short while. In the meantime, Compton from 3-point distance, no dice. Rebound controlled by Aduco. That will not work. Pampanga will be really hard-pressed to come up with a solution for Aduco. Keep in mind, they no longer have Norman Gonzalez, who did a good job of defending against Aduco in the Northern Conference Finals last year. Jump ball situation. And speaking of Pia Gonzalez, we'll send it over to her. She'll be reporting about the Pampanga Dragons. Take it away.
Yes, Seb, as Leto said, there's a lot of pressure in the series, but it seems that very little of it is actually felt by the Pampanga Dragons. They may never have won a game in the Mail-and-More Arena, but this does not bother them because they had never won a game in Laguna until that miracle win that ushered them into the semifinals. This has taught them that ghosts can be exercised and that there is always a first time. Seb, Danny, back to you.
Yes, indeed. Well said, Pia. And let's see. Pampanga's has developed into being a relatively better road team this year. Although, of course, the stats might not bear me out on that one. It's just that their intensity has changed so much, especially during the quarters and into this semifinal round. Demape sets himself up for a clean connection.
You know, the way Gilbert Demape plays somehow changes the whole complexion of things for the Manila Metrostars. Meron siyang parang sayaw eh, makikita mo, and then yung pull-back jumper nila, we've got a trap by the Manila Metrostars.
And a foul is called off the trap Danny was talking about. Chucho Serrano on your picture. The foul on that last exchange was against De La Rosa and the walking wounded of both sides being flashed on your screens. Here's Alvarez. Alvarez grinding hard, bringing De La Rosa to school.
You know, Pampanga is playing without a pure point guard. They're asking Ato Morano to bring the ball up. Hindi katulad nito Manila, nandiyan si Alex Compton.
They really like the fact that Ato Morano can play point because if they go with Bravo or either Shot Tankinsen, they really have a mismatch problem.
At saka mabilis basahin ng Manila Metrostars yan.
And we have a foul in that last sequence as we check out the Hardiflex candidates. Of course, Bautista will not be able to get any rebounds here today. Count. I think that just underscores the fact of how important Mr. Bautista is to this team.
Averaging 9 rebounds. You take away 9 rebounds. Malaking bagay yan. We've got a foul by De La Rosa. And you know, Manila is trying to make life difficult for the backcourt of the Pampanga Dragons because they waste a lot of precious seconds trying to bring the ball up with the Tomorano.
There's up. And De La Rosa is shocked like anything that a foul was called on him. Well, the simulcast continues just after this short break. We've got our first time out of the game.
Philippine Rabbit, the official MBA 99 carrier. Traveling in style, comfort, and safety. That's every Filipino's wish. Now, discover what millions of passengers have experienced. The Philippine Rabbit Experience. Clean buses, courteous personnel, and safety beyond any other carrier. The Philippine Rabbit Experience. In the year of the rabbit, you just gotta try it. Paddock's Jeans, a legend on its own.
Modolite Battery, ang bateryang pangmatagalan. Hartman, the MBA Under Fashion, the only undergarment made of 100% super comb cotton.
Back with us here in San Andres, Manila at the Mail and More Gymnasium. The venue for this first game of the series, Mr. Ben Salon of the Soxergen Marlins is around. His team is out of contention already, but a good series they nonetheless played against Iloilo.
They also extended that series to 3 games, sir.
Yes, indeed. Here's Bansil trying to look for somebody to offer the pass to. Cut inside by De Guzman. Just bouncing out. And here comes Manila really pushing it hard. Not allowing Pampanga to assemble quickly, but not so in this case. Here's Romela Ducol playing with 2 personal fouls. Long David body up against him. No go. Rebound controlled by Bong Alvarez.
You know, at this point, ito Pampanga, knowing that Ducol already has 2 fouls, they may want to give the ball down to Billy Bansil. And for that part, itong si Ducol should never underestimate the capabilities of Bansil.
Bansil appears to have some moves, so he could throw Ducol off rhythm. As we watch this wind down to the last 4 seconds of the shot clock, Pampanga under pressure will stay with Manila, but the break for Pampanga because the shot clock managed to get reset.
Ito naman ang naging kaibahan ng pagkawalang isang natural point guard because Tomorano has to square himself for a possible shot also. So nawawala yung sa sinasabi natin yung instructions coming from a point guard.
Yes, thinking of too many things at the same time. Alvarez is making mincemeat of that matchup against him.
Dahil nga pinalitan nito si De La Rosa, pumasok si Brown, but I feel that ito si Bong Alvarez can establish his game here in the first quarter. Eh, sabihin na natin, kung magbabasa lang tayo ng mismatch, then mismatch kagad doon between Alvarez and Brown.
In terms of quickness and a lot of experience as well. 6 points already for Alvarez. Then Mape with a dance of his and a foul most likely with the guy on the rear. Now Bansil will have to learn quickly that he may have to be better positioned against Peter Martin. And the guy sa likod, yun ang tatawagan ng foul.
Oo, at kitang-kita naman ang ating referee na kinop niya yung kamay ni Peter Martin.
Although it looked like Martin was helping that along as well. Clock is down to 5:30 in a fast-moving opening quarter. Here's Demape. Demape trying to work on a pick and roll. It's foiled, and 10 seconds will be left on the Manila shot clock.
You notice the 2-man game between Demape and Peter Martin is not as successful between Compton and Ducol dahil si Ducol, pagkabigay pa lang ng pick, talagang nagro-roll siya hard towards the basket.
So there's some hesitation on the part of Peter Martin. And here comes Brown. Shot clock is down to 5. Manila trying to urge their team to shoot, and Brown delivers a long one, a 3.
Somebody's got to put a hand on Brown or else he can explode. Remember that series at semifinal game 1 between Cebu and Negros. Pumutok si Dean Labayan ng first quarter.
Yes, and Cebu paid dearly for that. Morano mula sa puso! And cutting the lead down to 3. Alex Compton trying to work this up, trying to set up the table properly. Here's Dimape against Ato Morano. Isolated now. Ato Morano will end up paying for that particular exchange with a foul. His first.
Talk about quickness being shown by Gilbert Dimape against Ato Morano. Si Ato Morano, napakababa na ng kanyang defensive stance.
Inbound. Brown downstairs to Dimape. Dimape wants to capitalize on that matchup against Morano. Dishaw finds a target. And Aducol already with an 11-point cluster here in the opening quarter. Pampanga trying to be very deliberate about this. Here's the Guzman. Guzman working on a one-on-one against Alex Compton. Dish up to David. Open from 15. He lost the handle on that one. He babied that particular attempt. Time down to 4 and 9. Dimape slowing down. Crossover dribble. Ato Morano is doing a good defensive job of not biting into those head and shoulder fakes. Pick by Aducol. This is not going to drop. Morano sending it over now to Alvarez, launching. Yes, Alvarez. A very sound and solid opening quarter with 8.
Ito yung kasagutan dun sa point production ni Romel Aducol. Ito si Bong Alvarez. But look at the way Manila plays. They're going to look for Alex Compton here.
Compton dishing out to Aducol. Yes! Beautiful basketball by Manila.
You know, parang simplified basketball para sa Manila Metrostars because they know their roles. At nakita ni Peter Martin yung cut ni Alex Compton. Alex Compton will not go for a layup dahil alam niya, inaabangan siya ni Long David. Now, when Long David comes in, ipapasa na lang niya. Simple lang para kay Romel Aducol.
A beautifully crafted DHL assist there. In the meantime, Bravo is in the game. The hero of that third game against Laguna. Gets his sneakers on the floor together with Garcia as well as Estong Ballesteros with still 3 and 33 to go. That will not work, and the rebound controlled by Estong. Here's Bong Alvarez. Launches it quickly. Yes. Solid first quarter with 10.
Nakadalawa na sa laban dito kay Brown, and Brown thinking that Alvarez will drive, binibigyan niya ng tira. Ititira talaga ni Bong Alvarez.
Ayaw mo kong dikitan? And Louis Alas gave a mouthful to AC Brown saying, I don't think you're doing your job, my friend.
You may have scored a three-pointer, but more importantly, on the defensive end, you've got to put your foot down against Bong Alvarez.
Don Camaso takes off his shooting shirt and will make his first appearance in this game. It is Romel Aducol hitting the bench.
Alam mo, ito yung sinasabi ko, Sem. By the time Aducol goes and hits the bench, meron na siyang 14 points.
Laking contribution agad. El Camaso trying to make a quick impact on the game, just failing from point-blank range. 2 minutes and 56 to go. We're still in the opening 12 minutes. Glad you could be with us here on our simulcast on Studio 23 and on the People's Television for your MBA as Strong. Our sixth-man awardee bobbles momentarily. 5 on the shot clock. That will not work. Long David blocking it. Alvarez had a chance to go for it directly, but lost the handle. Alex Compton will not force the issue, but could not control it in the first place. We'll take a pause here because Manila has been charged with their first time out of the game with the score at 22-19, 2:34 in the balance.
Dunkin' Donuts. Sounds good. Tastes even better.
Hello again, children. Let's see if you can get this.
Agua Vida. Pure drinking water. Available nationwide.
Oy, pahingin kulay! Pahingin kulay!
Back with us here at the Mail and More Gym in San Andres, the heart of the capital city. Tatago pa, Direk Alneri, ano? The bevy of beauties on hand to enjoy this game. Tell me, Director Alneri, what do? Do you survey the field before you do this? Gabby Kui is in the game for the first time as we go down to the last 2 and 22. This is shooting practice.
Yeah.
This is shooting practice.
You know, they've got to put somebody on Bong Alvarez who can defend well. But most of the points of the Pampanga Dragons coming from the outside as compared to most of the points coming from the inside for the Manila Metrostars, courtesy of Romelo Dupol.
And Alvarez has already strung together 12 points. Here's Demape up against Bravo. Demape can't sink it, and off a rebound, you've got a loose ball foul. It's the turn of Peter Martin to be charged with a loose ball foul.
Well, this time itong si Estong Ballesteros talagang binabox out si Peter Martin. And talking about the rebounding capabilities of the Manila Metrostars, every time you've got Peter Martin and Don Camacho there, parang ano na yan yung sinasabi natin plus 2 na agad yan aside from Romelo Dupol.
Leading scorer so far. Dupol with his cluster earlier, and Alvarez already with 12. Ballesteros is on the line. Estong taking care of the first. Boise Samar, of course, now part already of the coaching staff of Manila. Boise Samar, of course, the former head coach of the Cagayan de Oro Amigos. Of course, Boise Samar was already an assistant coach to Louis Alas on the national team in the Brunei Southeast Asian game. We're tied at 22. Echano is in a bind and an 8-second violation. Nobody helping out Echano bringing it up.
And I was about to say na ito, tama naman ang ginagawa ng Pampanga Dragons, knowing that Nestor Echano will have a difficult time bringing the ball for the Manila Metrostars. Why not harass him? Put some sort of swarming defense against the guards naman of the Manila Metrostars. Katulad ng ginawa ng Manila dun sa opening minutes against the guards of Pampanga.
And Echano has not really seen all the playing minutes, so just a bit edgy at this point. Conscious, of course, of his injury as well. That will not work. 1 minute and a half to go. Demape, nudge from the right side by Ballesteros.
You know, there could have been a goaltending violation on the other end on the shot of Garcia, but they did not call it.
That's why the faithful of Pampanga seems to be in uproar, but this is the ensuing play. Demape, nonetheless, is on the blind, hoping to snap this deadlock. To 22. We're snapping out of our second deadlock, which was 22 apiece. That goes awry. And that goes awry as well.
So the ball will go back to the Pampanga Dragons. You know, you have to keep in mind that the Manila Metrostars game is established well on Alex Compton. Now that you take away Alex Compton and Romelo Dupol, who do you go to? It looks like si Coach Louis Alas wants to go to Echano for his outside sniping and Gilbert Demape, but Gilbert Demape will have to do the ball handling chores also for Manila.
I mean, it's quite noticeable that the Giggle factor we were talking about seems to have been managed quite well by these two teams.
Actually, doon lang sa opening minutes, isang turnover lang ni Bong Alvarez na na-translate into a fast break by De La Rosa. But other than that, if you notice, kalmadong-kalmado sila dito sa laro. And it only goes to show the preparations that they took.
I think they learned something from the Pasig San Juan series. I don't think it's necessary that we go zoom, zoom, zoom right away. But you can tell through the eyes of the players the importance of this particular first game. And as Danny pointed out, the value of taking game one, and no matter what sport. We saw that in baseball recently. Ballesteros, in the meantime, takes care of that free throw. We're tied up at 23. Manila continues to have had posted the biggest lead of the game, a 6-pointer. Ballesteros pushes Pampanga in front by one first taste of the lead by the Dragons. This is where you now realize the importance of Chucho Serrano in this mix. Usually when Compton sits down, it's Serrano taking charge of the controls. But Manila is not the same team without Serrano, no question about that. Hamas's good follow. He was clipped on the arm nonetheless. Gabi Cui with that usual stare of shock. Cui with his first. Go ahead, please.
You know, whenever you're a big man trying to box out on your opponent, you have to find out kung saan siya manggagaling. You have to body up on him. You don't look at the ball where it's going to bounce. You have to look first at your back because Don Tomaso, being a leaper, could just easily go over the top, and that's what he did.
There is something that the centers talk about feeling your man first. Where is he? You use everything, every illegal part, every legal move, in fact. 25-24, Manila swings back into the driver's seat. Here's Bravo trying to beat the 8-second time limit. Bravo being hounded no end by Demape. Hook pass over to Estong. He's allowed to freelance. He loses control. He'll go the other way.
And so far in the past offensive thrust of the Pampanga Dragons, they failed to, again, look at Bong Alvarez, who is red hot here in the first quarter. Etong si Brown, he's looking good right now dahil hindi na sa pinatitirahan ni Alvarez.
Tomaso's shot will not work, and June Longalong, who came up with so many surprising performances in the course of the season when Peter Martin was injured. We're down to the last 10 seconds. Inside to Bravo. 3 plays by Pampanga going nowhere. Echano hustles, but the pass too far ahead.
Manila getting into a lot of turnovers here in the first quarter, Sem. At itong Pampanga, kahit paano nakadikit sa ating laban. In fact, they got the lead, but now they're down by 3.
Bravo trying for a buzzer beater. We're done with 12 minutes of the series, but so much more remains. The players calm, collected, but you can actually see the intensity. The series continues just after this break.
The classic taste of Nescafe, the rich creaminess of coffee mate and sugar. All the goodness in one easy-to-prepare Nescafe 3-in-1.
Now it's even better because it's richer, creamier.
Nescafe 3-in-1, the best thing that happened to your office coffee break.
Richer, creamier, Nescafe 3-in-1. I love it. Now from Jollibee. Talanghap sarap goodness of 100% pure beef. Creamy cheese, choice mushrooms, and tasty bacon. The taste excites you bite after bite. New Jollibee Cheesy Bacon Mushroom.
Matunaw ka sa sarap.
Paddock's Jeans, a legend on its own.
Watch out for the Celtic star player at the end of this game.
Nagpapatuloy po ang inyong MBA nitong Sabado na ito. Sir Sarmenta po, kasama si Danny Francisco, si Pia Gonzalez at saka si Lexi Schultz sa inyong first game para sa araw na ito. Ang pagtutunggali ng Manila at saka ng Pampanga. At mamaya ng konti, pagkatapos natin dito, papadala namin kayo sa Davao. Laban ng Iloilo at Davao. Compton beating everybody to the punch there.
Well, simple lang ang ginawa ni Alex Compton dito sa umpisa ng second quarter. Ginigit-git niya ito si Roel Bravo, nakauna na siya. So apparently, the defense reacted in a way that, ano ba, papasa ba itong si Alex Compton o hindi? And by the time he took off, wala na.
Yung sprint yan, naiwanan talaga si Bravo eh. Wala na, nakadecide na si Alex and he committed himself and he delivered on that one. What is this? Do we have a timeout on the floor? Oh, something is wrong with the clock. It did not move. Do you mean to tell me it took Alex Compton 1 second to go from there to the other side? Such marvels of nature never cease. We shall take a break and send it back to home studios because we're going to fix our timepiece here. We'll be back.
Other brands say they have large freezers. We say we have the largest. The Mega Space Design, an exclusive feature of the new generation Condura Platinum series.
You have the right to choose isopropyl alcohol, which comes from crude oil, or ethyl alcohol, which comes from sugarcane. Casino rubbing alcohol is ethyl alcohol from fresh sugarcane. Casino rubbing alcohol has a special fragrance and moisturizer to prevent your skin from drying. So choose alcohol from crude oil or from sugarcane.
Now available, Casino Regular with a new fragrance. Modolite Battery, ang bateryang pangmatagalan. Hartman, the MBA under fashion, the only undergarment made of 100% super comb cotton.
While we still try to fix our timepiece here, we'd like to remind you that come halftime we'll have two interesting interviews. Our former colleague, but still a coach, Chot Reyes, will be around, and he'll be talking to Pio Gonzalez. Of course, everybody knows about the big man camp, the Pro Advantage camp that Chot Reyes is staging starting the 28th of October over there at the Loyola Center. This is, of course, presented by the Asian Basketball Academy, which is now part of the United States Basketball Academy. Amerikano na si Chot Reyes, mga kaibigan. Si Alexis.
Hindi sa kulay niya kanina. Niloloko nga si Chot kanina. Kung bakit ganun yung kulay niya. He's been playing a lot of golf lately.
Daya, no? Si secret practice. Si secret practice ng mama. Lexi Schultz will talk to Commissioner Ramon Fernandez. And we take a look at the remainder of the schedule. Mag-reunion itong dalawang ito. Game 2 of 5 will be on Wednesday, October 27. Dito ulit. Tapos Game 3, dun sa Pampanga naman tayo on the 31st of October. Ano to? Okay. This is our web page, which has been nominated in the sports category, and that is nominated in the 1999 Philippine Webby Awards, which is the award for the most outstanding web pages in the World Wide Web. And we're collecting some awards here, huh? Imagine our OBB, our opening presentation, was also won. Yes. And is Jenny Jimenez, or are you going? Who's going to Japan to correct the prize in Japan, eh? But Jenny, our executive producer and director, Alner, and the rest of our production staff doing a marvelous job putting that together. So, what happens here, gentlemen? Okay. Pwede bang basketball na lang na yung 1 to 30 na lang, 1 to 40? Parang pag-practice.
Hindi pwede yun.
Hindi pwede, hindi pwede. Anong oras kaya tayo matatapos na? Okay, Pia, let's hear from you while we have this chance to do so. Let's go to you.
Yes, it is on the offensive glass that the Pampanga Dragons are feeling the absence of Dave Bautista. Coach Romy Lopez in that last timeout was complaining and lamenting the lack of offensive rebounding or the less than brilliant work on the boards of his boys. And this is not only denying them the second chance points, but this is also giving the Manila Metrostars a chance to run. So sabi nga niya, hindi pa tapos ang opensa sa pag-release ng bola. Sevdani, back to you.
Thanks a lot, and that has been obvious in this opening quarter, at least in the first quarter.
It's very much obvious dahil nung nangyari sa first quarter, Manila had 17 rebounds as against only 10 for Pampanga. Off the offensive glass, Manila getting 6 offensive rebounds as against only 2 for Pampanga, and touching off into a lot of fast breaks because Manila had 8 in the first quarter, Pampanga had none. I wanted to go back to the fact that at the start of the second quarter, my thoughts on the first quarter was that not pulling back any punches. Both coaches have used or rotated 9 players so far. So it only goes to show that they are not concentrating on their main unit. They want to get the second unit into the action right away.
Especially with the advent of some injuries to some important players, they might even go 11-man deep here. Because normally at this stage of the tournament, you'd like to go with your 7 or 8 key players, but as Daddy pointed out, they've extended already to 1 man more. It's a 6-point lead by Manila as the clock is now ticking away properly. And that's a drive down the baseline, no connection. Picked up nonetheless by Lungalong. Will it go? Yes!
You know, Jun Lungalong, I would say, is a resurrected player under Coach Louis Alas.
Yes.
In the absence of their big men, pagka nasa bench sila Peter Martin, sila Romel Adugol, napakasipag nitong batang ito, itong si Jun Lungalong. Kahit na wala sa kanyang rebound, he never gives up on a missed shot by a teammate.
And the first to applaud such effort, as usual, was Peter Martin, even the other big men, De La Rosa, as well as Romel Adugol. So this is where the point you raised earlier about extending your bench becomes so valuable. In the meantime, Udoy Belmonte makes his first appearance and he's trying to set up a play here, but they're wasting too much time.
Oo, masyadong maraming segundong na nawawala sa kanila. Ballesteros from the outside, wala. And I'm very much concerned about the inside game of Pampanga because based on my shot chart during the first quarter, wala silang masyadong naipukol sa loob.
Amasa with a fine stretch, and thus Manila really trying to control, doing a good job that is of controlling the interior. Here is Udoy Belmonte, the pilot, on his way, no goal, and off the rebound, referee Nicolas says something is amiss.
Ball number 22, AC Brown, his first one on the Metrostars.
The foul will go against AC Brown, his first of the game. That's the first team foul of Manila, while Pampanga has already been tagged with 2 in this first half, or in the second quarter to be very specific. Adugol will make a re-entry. AC Brown will sit down.
You know, Seth, since the Pampanga Dragons failed to establish their inside game without Romel Adugol on the defensive end, ngayon, nandito si Romel Adugol, again, expect Pampanga to go outside, especially to Bong Alvarez.
Alvarez tries. This one falls short. Manila has the rebound. Alex Compton pounding it hard, setting up Echano, who is free for a 3. Look good, but just a tad short. That is Echano's shot, no question about it. He can drill in the 3. Morano working on the outside. Here's Udoy Belmonte, shakes off the defense of Echano. The shot will not go. Rebound controlled by Adugol. Compton says, let me try something. Bounces high up in the earth, and Camaso is guilty of a foul from the rear, or am I speaking too soon? No, it's correct. First on Camaso. Louis Alas seems like a cool customer. I think he knows what he's doing.
I think he really knows what he's doing by telling the players, let them take the shot from the outside. Dahil magmimintis na rin yung mga yan, it's a low percentage shot that Pampanga is trying to get from the outside. Unlike attacking the hoops, mas mataas yung percentage niya.
Estong Ballesteros works the inside and succeeds beautifully, trimming down the lead to 7. Manila's biggest lead, just a 9-pointer, and an offensive foul.
That's going to be number 3 against Romel Adugol, and this is what we are talking about. Kung si Romel manggagaling sa labas, gusto niya ipasok sa loob because most of his shots came from the inside.
How many Colt 45 strong moves has Estong Ballesteros done? Question. Marco Franco and your group? Can you and the graphics guys, can you count? I can't. Must be a lot already because that's his game. Estong trying to create inside, but they call it as an offensive foul, but no, wrong signal. Wait, let's wait for the signal to be down. Lexi Schultz has a quick update.
Okay, this is probably a closer game than Manila would like it to be, but these boys are always up for a challenge. Coach Louis tells his team, of course, to show effort in all of the little things like boxing out, and of course, going back to defense, he asks his big men to sprint faster on transition defense today. Because also, Pampanga's point average per game has been raised by 6 points on transition recently. So, although according to Pia, the Dragons' offensive rebound story today isn't that great, things can always turn around for them, so they have to watch for that. Guys, back to you.
Thank you very much, Lexi. Lexi doing her homework, of course, informing us about the numbers involved.
And a foul will be called against Bong Alvarez, who missed on a reverse layup, and he tried to box out Peter Martin. He was called for the offensive foul.
Second on Alvarez. Hook pass. Peter Martin. That doesn't connect. Romela Duco. And now again, think of this. Use your imagination, everybody. What if Dave Bautista was in that particular exchange? There were 3 rebounds controlled by Manila. That isn't easy to do when Bautista is around. Even Long David is not on the floor. This is really a small lineup for Pampanga right now.
And they're trying to go on isolation plays. Ballesteros against Martin.
Here's it, Chano. Longalong, not on this try. What you don't want Manila to do, and because Manila knows how to manage their leads well, you do not want them to break the game wide open.
And at this point, so far, ito Manila nakakalusot, but they have failed to deliver on transition, and it looks like the big guys of Manila get into foul trouble dahil may foul na tinawag laban kay Peter Martin. That's going to be number 3 against Peter Martin.
Here's Ato Morano. You know, I really seriously think, despite that basket, Pampanga may have to rethink not using Shock Tankinsen at the point or even Bravo for longer stretches. I know there's a mismatch problem, but it's just that Morano is not being set up properly for any looks at the basket.
In fact, they're trying to spread out their offense.
Longalong is a tireless worker off the board. And Alvarez will collect his 3rd personal foul. Team foul number 3, charged against the Dragons. Manila has been charged with 4.
You know, time and again, gagawin lang naman yung 2-man game. And by the time Romel rolls towards the basket, nagre-react na yung defense ng Pampanga Dragons. So, nawawala na sila sa posisyon nila. Katulad ni Bong Alvarez, nawala siya sa posisyon niya dahil nag-adjust siya sa depensa. Naiwanan itong si Jun Longalong.
And Longalong has made some deliveries. He has 7 points. Nakakatuwa yung mga player na gano'n na nadami. Yung biglang uusbong. Biglang will step forward. Sometimes a player is just happy to have one great game. But if you have 3 or 4, boy, I think you should ask your manager for an interesting call to your team owner. Will Alex Compton end the madness? No, it will not end. And here's Ato Morano plucking the ball away from Romela Duco. Ha, 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 ha! Will there be one? Yes!
And that can break the momentum of the Pampanga Dragons. Simple lang ginawa ni Alex Compton. Nag-abang lang ng pasa. The way they are closing the passing lanes of Pampanga is one thing to look at here because Manila has begun to bring this lead up. It's now up to 9 points.
Ballesteros. Now Pampanga trying to do it one-on-one.
They tried to spread out the floor 7. In fact, makikita mo si Ballesteros lang ang lagi ang mga atake towards the basket. We're talking about the inside points. Halos wala ang Pampanga Dragons.
Okay, there was that steal by Compton. It all started, this FedEx delivery, with an excellent read of the passing lanes. Important sense ni Alex Compton. Just have to be impressed.
Masyado siyang alertong player.
He could have been a Phil Scandinavian. He could have been a Phil whatever. But he's just simply a great basketball player. that Pampanga lost their first game against Laguna at the start of their series in their own home court. But you know, this may be an altogether different ballgame when you're playing against a team that's strung together 22 straight wins. Longalo trying to capitalize on the fact that Augustus already with 3 personal fouls, but no dividends. Ball up and no. There could have been may have been a foul there. Peter Martin stretches. No. Adugol says tama na yan.
Nandito naman si Romel Adugol. Adugol already with 17 points. And how do you capitalize on the foul trouble of the Manila Metrostars? Yan ang kailangang sagutin ng Pampanga Dragons. Sayang na sayang yan dahil itong umabante na ang Manila ng 10, 39-29.
And it's their biggest lead. Timeouts. Rewind the tapes, guys, because we're going to go into another break. We'll be back. Lineup. Trying to work against a Google. Ends up with an air ball.
Well, hirap na hirap ito si Long David. He should have issued it out first and established himself one more time.
Echana tried to shake and bake. He will connect.
Well, so far, the Manila Metrostars have outscored the Pampanga Dragons in this quarter 14-5. At nagmamadali itong Pampanga. Ito yung sinasabi natin. When you do not have any form of inside game, napipilitan yung mga outside players to try to attack the basket. You've got to rotate that ball, sir.
Yes.
You've got to look for that opening. Wala mang kumakat towards the basket.
Please meet Wilson Chan. Interesting first name. She's our nesty, most refreshing face of the day. She's a Miss Manila first runner-up. They put in Shot Tankinson into the game, Danny.
Well, probably to just set things for the Pampanga Dragons. Now they have to look for Shot just to make sure that everything will be in place for the Pampanga Dragons. Ito, minamap out na niya yung play. Execution ang kumukulang dito sa Pampanga Dragons.
They have botched their last 6 plays. Alex Compton lead pass to Martin. Trail job done by Echano. I think Manila becomes a little more scary as an opponent. What if Echano gets his groove back?
Yes, and not only that, Echano is not getting his outside shots going in, pero nandito siya sa loob.
Trying to produce something inside. I think the mode of Manila is attack, attack, attack.
Saka yung yung simple term sa basketball na higher percentage shot, and that is getting most of your points dun sa may shading area.
That last foul was on Ariel Garcia, so Pampanga here is trying to go a little smaller in terms of their lineup. Echano takes care of the first. Tachi Ang, by the way, is in the game. We will not have that. I don't think we'll have a highlights reel this halftime, Danny. Because we do want to listen to Commissioner Mon Fernandez, who will make some very important announcements here today in the light of so many things happening around the league. We go now to Garcia. Garcia drops to the deck. That's 7 straight plays missed. Botched by Pampanga. This is gone.
And there's a fast break that Pampanga is worried about in sa Manila Metrostars. It's a very big 16-point lead right now, 45-29.
Big run by Manila. Ballesteros, 8 plays. That'll count. 8 possessions and nothing until that follow-up by Ballesteros.
Well, ito, hirap na hirap pa sa isang Ballesteros. Nakawala nga siya kay Peter Martin. He had to follow up on his miss. There was a foul given up
by Martin.
That's going to be number 4 against Peter Martin.
And quickly off the bench is Don Camaso. Now, Manila has a tad of confidence, you know, with the lineup that they have. They can look over their shoulders and say, okay, I've got 4 fouls, but somebody else will come in.
And if you notice, itong Manila Metrostars, kahit na sinong pumasok, yung buong bench nag-cheer. Whether you're the last man on the bench or whether you're a first stringer. But you notice yung cohesiveness nila is not only on the floor but also on the bench.
Yes, indeed. Compton launches. Has not really connected from the outside. Garcia on the run. Shot on Quincen going lefty. And here comes Manila attack again. Don Tomaso, the big man who can dribble, slows down. You're not worried when he's on the dribble. Some other big men, you might be worried. Echano says, let's call a play, guys. Come on. Inside to Aduco. Shot clock at 7. Aduco waltzing, dancing, turning. Can't get it to drop. Tomaso says, kabang!
And that is a sacrifice that Coach Romy Lopez has to pay by putting in a smaller but quicker lineup. Dahil ang fast break ng Manila Metrostars, pati yung mga malalaki nila tumatakbo.
A point short of their biggest lead. It's currently 47 to 32, a 15-point spread. Garcia attacking, scoring. First basket by Garcia. We're down now to 4 and 15 in a first half that has moved swiftly. Compton with Duncan Sen all over him. Compton can't make it. Here's Garcia. Bishop Cui. Okay, quickly to Pia Gonzalez. All about the embattled Dragons.
Yes, Seth, up to this point, I would have said the Pampanga Dragons were cool, calm, and collected. But in that last timeout, I sensed the beginnings of a panic and self-doubt. Parang medyo nagkakanya-kanya na sila at saka bumabagal ang kanilang pagbaba sa depensa. At ang pinakamasama nito, parang nararamdaman ko na ang iba sa kanila ay naaalala at bumabalik ang trauma ng mga dati nilang laro against Manila. Seth, Danny, back to you.
That is such a valuable nugget of information. That is something you do not just see but when you're on that side of the floor, beside the bench, it is something that you actually feel.
Oh, and knowing that the Pampanga Dragons were once down by 16 points, talagang mapapatanong ka sa sarili mo, ano ba talagang nais natin mangyari sa larong ito? Game 1 pa naman ito ng semifinals, but again, how do you put the stops on the fast-breaking game of the Manila Metrostars? How will you put those stops on the big guys of the Manila Metrostars? In fact, I raised this point a few minutes back when I said that the big guys of Manila are already into foul trouble. So why don't you bring the ball down to along the way who can work his way around Romela Duco, try to force him to commit another foul. Lumalabas, binibigyan mo ng kumpiyansa pa yung mga foul trouble players na maglaro pa, patuloy na maglaro dito.
Garcia waltzing down the baseline, fouled on the way up. Echano charged with his first foul as he tried to jam the path of Garcia. Guzman will sit down in his place. We have Paul Alvarez back on the floor. Echano will also sit down. The Mape is back on the hardwood. Natutuwa itong Manila. Bawat player may mirror image ng bawat isa sa kanila. Except perhaps si Compton na wala si Chuchu Serrano. Serrano and Compton are talking about life in general.
Actually, si Shot ang kitsin yun. Siguro sinasabi ni Shot, huwag mo naman ako i-poste. Huwag mo naman ako i-poste.
Don't bring me downstairs, man. Shot ang kitsin, they're talking about life in general.
It looks it dahil sumisenyas ito si Alex Compton.
Alex, are you into transcendental meditation nowadays?
There it is. Here's the mismatch.
I told you don't post me up, huh? Okay, I'll drive.
And Alex Compton will get his points, but only the 5th point so far of Alex Compton. He wasn't really making shots from the outside.
Yes.
This is what we're talking about. Nagpakita kasi si Romela Duco, akala ng depensa na magiging 2-man game na naman yan, but an easy spin move by Alex Compton will give him a possible 3-point play.
You know, I know basketball is played by 5 people, but certain combinations can help the cause. And the Compton-Aduco combination, although may not be always there, is a significant pairing of good players. That shot crawls in. Alvarez with a 14-point first half. Tonkin Sen trying to keep in step with Dimape. Garcia with a knee foul. They're just giving Compton chances to score.
Yep. And not only that, now that they realize that there was a mismatch between Tonkin Sen and an Alex Compton, they may have switched by putting Real Garcia into Alex Compton. Pero kailangan mababa ang stance mo pagka kinalaban mo si Alex Compton because he can easily drive towards the hoop.
And we have a break in the action with 2:51 to go. Manila is in command. The commissioner of the MBA, Commissioner Ramon Fernandez. Romy Lopez might be thinking already of the halftime speech.
You know, we just received this piece of paper saying that Alex Compton already has 7 assists. What makes him so potent is the fact that he will get everybody involved first by dishing off those assists. But when it's time for him to score, he can easily score. So.
He will take over, definitely. He has already 7 points, and you do the math. He has already been responsible for at least 14 points. For 21 points, for that matter. That's why I said do the math. Here's Garcia. Oh, a defense of Manila airtight.
And the way they clog that interior defense is something to look at for Coach Romy Lopez come halftime dahil they are just playing within the perimeter area. They were highly successful by Bong Alvarez's sniping, but aside from that, wala talaga silang presence, yung inside presence.
Oh, that seems to have ended, Danny. Nabasa na ng Manila. Manila making the corresponding adjustment. Dimape driving hard over Tonkin Sen. And Tonkin Sen paying for that one. He is at a high disadvantage at that particular matchup.
Well, he has to be replaced dahil it's a very tall lineup for Manila and they've got a steal off a press.
And this is why, now you understand why Tonkin Sen has been not at all used during the course of the first quarter, was not used there, and they were not exactly intent on doing, working with that particular insertion into the lineup as Tom Morano re-enters the ball game.
You know, what's also wrong with what Shot Pangasinan did during that press was he picked up on his dribble. So na-establish kagad yung pressing defense ng Manila, but if he just wiggled himself away from the press, could have worked for them. But then again, pagka nakikita mo, ang lalaki na ng sumasalubong sa'yo. Minsan ma-intimidate ka by issuing out that lob pass.
And which is exactly what the defense wanted him to do. Loose ball downstairs, long to bid. The big man has to stoop down low for it. This is Tom Ballesteros being forced into the sideline, which you want to do when you want to throw a press. Here's a Tom Morano against Dimape. Gabby Cui, shot clock winding down to 3. Long David rejected.
Well, I will also like to say na ito si Long David. I don't think his mind is into the game right now. Ang layo niya eh. Hindi ito yung tira ni Long David. Yan, inabangan siya. Kitang-kita yung shot clock. Reading at 2. And I would say Billy Bansil might be a good insertion into the lineup right now of the Pampanga Dragons.
Yes.
May threat pa si Billy Bansil sa kanyang mga galaw sa loob.
Garcia with his 3rd personal foul. Now, in a series like this, it is how quickly you adjust to what is being thrown to you that may make the world of difference. At the moment, I do not sense Pampanga making any major adjustment. You have to understand they do not have the full deck of cards that may have wanted to work with in this series.
But the thing is, for some coaches, you'd like to shuffle off your players. Try to look for the right combination. You do not allow your opponents to score and lead by as much as this one. Laki na nito.
Lumaki man laro.
Oo.
17. 19, 17. 19. His lead of the ball game. Here's Queen. Off to Estong Ballesteros. Estong throws it up. No go. And off the rebound, we've got a foul.
Looks like they're going to count the basket.
Yes, indeed.
Interference by Don Tomaso, so they're going to count the basket, but it seems that it would have come a bit late for that call to be made by a referee.
Let's check here. Let's see. Bang. Ayun, may...
Sumabit siya dun sa net.
17-point lead as that one was counted. And a foul with referee Nicolas making the call.
Number 3 against Gabby Cui, and this will send Don Camaso to the free throw line. And in the first quarter, Manila shot 75% of their free throws. And they have been connecting. So kahit paano, they have padded this lead via the free throw line.
Yes. Manila lost Chuchu Cirano. As we take a look at Mr. Bertina, our chairman of the MRBI, they lost Chuchu Cirano in a game against the Iloilo Megavolts over there in Antique, which is a good month ago. They knew from that time on that maybe they would not be able to go with Serrano, and I think they have adjusted during the course of their preparations for the semifinal round.
And they have adjusted well because it's a 3-guard rotation being used by Coach Louis Alas. You've got Alex Compton, you've got Ibet Demape, you've got Chuchu Serrano. Now, in the absence of a Chuchu Serrano, ang adjustment lang na gagawin ni Coach Louis Alas, yung team ng magiging laro nila.
Yes.
And, so far he has done a wondrous job because as it is, they're leading by 19 points.
Okay, what is wrong with our timepiece here today? Okay, it seems to have some bugs, and we are not even yet into the new millennium. We'll be right back. We'll take a short break.
Check it out, baby, mama do the boogity bang to the weapons of the capital. You know I come correct, the lyrical correct. You want me time I grab the most ladies that I get. The women all fight for my delight. So I can boogie down to the
In the minds of the Pampanga Dragons. And the question here is, I don't think we have a working timepiece as of now. Okay, one more break. And if we're ready, as we take a look at Dave Bautista, I hope we can send it to our home studios because they haven't gotten this clock ready yet. We'll try to send it to home studios. Ticking, but I don't think so. The clock is not. I think they will just announce the second. So, advisory to our production staff. I don't think we will be able to show the clock as it ticks away. Dish off. We've got a foul. Offensive foul against Pampanga.
Looks like Ballesteros will be called for that offensive foul. Ito si Jun Longalong, nagtatagal na dito sa ating laro para sa Manila Metrostars. Gustong-gusto ni Coach Louis Alas ang ginagawa ni Jun Longalong. Masipag nga itong batang to. At kita mo naman, siya yung tumanggap ng Sergeant foul laban kay Esong Ballesteros.
And now Bansil has been brought into the line of maybe they could get something from him. Camaso losing the ball, helped by David. Bansil got it away, and Alex Compton knocked it away from the hands of De Guzman. 3 seconds to go, so looks like it's going to be a fast one. Can't shoot. As we mentioned, that's the way it will be. But etch the name of Manila on the first half as they took command of the first 24 minutes. 62-41 tally, a 21-point lead. The adjustments will be discussed in the locker room, but before we go to those, our guests, Chuck Reyes and Commissioner Ramon Fernandez of the MBA.
Having 33 rebounds as compared to only 23 for the Pampanga Dragons. 12 coming off the offensive rebounds. 12 out of those 33, Seb. And in fast break points, 20 against 2. Second chance points, there it is, on your screens, 20 against 4. So, tama yung sinabi ni Coach Romy Lopez. Ito yung concern natin. Ang dami nyo kasi pinagbibigyan na second chance points. But another stat that I would like to discuss are the steals category, 10 against 1. So, talk about aggressiveness on the defensive end. That is the Manila Metrostars in the first half.
And now it's more of the same for Manila as Demate got an excellent feed from Compton. It's currently 64-41, a 23-point lead, which is now posted as the biggest enjoyed by the Metro Stars. Ball is stripped away, but not for long. It's on the floor. Nobody has it until Ballesteros stepped in to grab it. Downstairs to Alvarez, the semi-hook. What kind of shot is that exactly? He had to innovate. Okay, Pampanga, they are in a dilemma, Ms. Gonzalez.
Definitely, Seb. Before this game began, they had hoped to steal at least one game in Manila in order to finish the semifinal series in Pampanga. But the huge lead of the Manila Metro Stars right now is making it difficult, but not impossible. According to Coach Romy Lopez, at halftime, they will be able to do this. If they're able to do three things. First of all, they will have to conquer the Metro Stars press because it is costing them a lot of turnovers. They will have to grab more rebounds and prevent the transition of the Metro Stars. And finally, they will have to keep their heads up and not lose hope. Seb, back to you.
Simple agenda.
Yes, and turnovers is what's bugging the Pampanga Dragons and Coach Romy Lopez dahil they had 20 turnovers in the first half as compared to only 9 by the Manila Metro
Yes,
Stars.
at the end of the first half, that's just too many for a team, Danny.
Oh, normally 20, 22, yun ang ideal mo for the whole game, but not one half.
Alex Hunton renewing his ties with Andy de Guzman outside to De La Rosa. De La Rosa did not see too many minutes simply because other people stepped up. He is, of course, a starter for the team. Lead is down to 22 as of the moment. Here's Alvarez. Short pass inside to Ballesteros. Up against 2. No. Alvarez slams it against De La Rosa.
The ball will stay with the Pampanga Dragons, but mapapansin natin na talagang ito si Ballesteros lang yung kumakat strong no, from the weak side towards the basket. Long David is not there. And si Long David kasi should get himself involved. No? He should not stay away from the ball but look for the ball pagka ma-jam yung kakampi niya.
Yes. Morano driving to the basket and the ball is batted out of his hands. He even touched it last.
You know, one thing that the Pampanga Dragons must realize, now that they intend to attack the basket, the defense will hold for the Manila Metro Stars, especially their front line. Yung mga malalaki, si Augustus at saka si Peter Martin. What they may want to do, just to open things up. Bakit hindi nila i-set up sila Ato Morano para pumukul mula sa labas?
This could be a start as Alvarez picked up an errant pass. Here's Ato Morano driving hard, breaking open. Managing to evade Martin, but not scoring at the final thrust. Demape slows down. Got it back from Martin. Demape probes inside, sends it inside to Martin, and a foul against Ato Morano.
Manila is just so quick to identify mismatches in that particular action. Nakita kagad ni Peter Martin na kumuha na sa kanyang tao, si Ato Morano, so pumos na kagad siya. Again, what makes Manila so dangerous at this point, despite this 22-point lead, is the fact that they do not waste a lot of precious seconds. No?
Every second counts, yes.
Pagka pinasa sa kanila yung bola, they're out of position, they bring it back to the person involved or person responsible of rotating the ball around.
Aramang, even when they do not have the ball, players on an individual basis, they know exactly where to be because Compton will find a way to get the ball to them. Ato Morano amply covered by Demape. That's a good duel. Here's Long David. Here's Alvarez trying to create hang time. Yes. Alvarez with now 17 points. Less than 10 minutes to go in the third. And the pace of the game has favored Manila. Crossover dribble by Demape behind the backer. Adubol, yes.
Kita mo naman yung galaw na yun. We are talking about being at the right place at the right time. And itong si Ibed Demape, alam niya kung saan pupunta si Romelo Ducol for that assist.
A repeat of their biggest lead of 24 is currently posted. There's Alvarez. There's Ballesteros. Cut inside the Guzman, creates, adjusts, is fouled. And will go to the line after that foul by De La Rosa.
Number 29, Ruben De La Rosa.
De La Rosa also saddled with fouls. Now has 5 personals as you check out that DHL assist. Later on in the afternoon on our Saturday Slam schedule, we'll send you over to the Rizal Memorial Colleges over there in Davao, where Iloilo will be visiting the Davao Eagles as that particular semifinal matchup begins today. Dani, anong call mo din? Anong basa mo din?
Well, para sa Iloilo, it's going to be a very tough task. No? Although ang Davao, again, you talk about the intangibles here. Davao is just oozing with confidence, being one of the 2 semifinalists or outright semifinalists, and knowing ito si Coach Francis Rodriguez, their players are in shape. Looks like they're going to go for that press, yung 40-minute press nila. It's going to be an interesting series.
Okay. And Lexi Schultz is ready to give us a report about the currently leading Metro Stars.
Thanks a lot, guys. Okay, at this point, Coach Louis Alice is very pleased with his team. They're really playing as a solid unit. Everyone stepping up like Camaso. Exano having a confidence-boosting game. Anyone he puts in gives quality minutes, and I think this is the right ticket to enter the conference finals. Guys, back to you.
Even as this may be too early to say, so Pampanga, the onus is on them to make the corresponding adjustment. But how do you solve a problem like Manila, really?
Malaking problema yan talaga para sa Pampanga Dragons. In fact, right now with a 25-point lead, I'm wondering why hindi nagtatawag ng timeout si Coach Romy Lopez. He's just allowing the momentum to just waver in the side of the Manila Metrostars.
Maybe they may want to try more of that, as they were effective doing that against Laguna. Ballesteros with a 3-point bomb, his first for the afternoon. He has collected 14 points. Here's Demape trying to be patient. Long David had a chance to grab it, but too far off from the ball. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Alex Compton checking that. Lets it fly. No, sir. That's 4 misses from 3-point distance.
And a foul given up by Brown. You know, just before you said, how do you stop a duple sieve? I just had to look down at the piece of paper that I have here dahil ang front court scoring during the first half, Manila 41, ang Pampanga 15. Yan yung malaking kasagutan dyan na hinahayaan nila na mamayani itong si Romela Ducol dun sa Mercedes area. Eh, gusto pa naman niya yung lugar na yun.
Mr. Anton Gonzalez, the very dapper and affable team owner of the Dragons, is down on another side of the bench trying to find a way also to rev up the troops. Ballesteros, he from 3. No, Brown has the rebound. Brown with a stretch to the basket.
You know, this is what you give up. You may want to take all those 3-point shots, but once you miss, makukuha ng Manila yung bola.
Yes, the long rebounds more often than not end up in the hands of your opponents. And Ato Morano has nowhere to go. Colt 45, strong move coming up. AC Brown's version. And conversely, Danny, alam mo itong Manila, hindi mahirap coachan ito. They have some players who are so coachable, and they do follow a system once it's been arranged. Mr. Gonzalez there on your screens. There's Renato Morano breaking loose.
Well, this time nobody on the third or second line of defense for the Manila Metro Stars. A 22-point lead being enjoyed by Manila.
Compton currently 0 of 5 for 3-point distance, but I think he's happy dishing off the assists as well. He has already 8 in this game. That was going nowhere. Yes, indeed. Demape, Peter Martin.
We'll talk about touch passing for the Manila Metro Stars. A simple pass break. And chalk up the assist to one more time to Alex Compton.
24-point lead.
Walang umiikot dito sa Pampanga Dragons. Kasi makikita mo yung rotation niya.
Oo, pagod na ito, no?
At saka tumitigil talaga yung bola sa isang manlalaro ng mga ilang segundo. Kaya na-access na ng panahon.
This is a classic FedEx fast break. Watch this, huh? Well run. Look at Compton's ball fake. just enough to throw off the lone defender of Pampanga there.
Ang bateryang pangmatagalan.
With 6:25 in the balance here, Manila has continued to impose its will against Pampanga, the defending champions of the MBA. Tomorano, Ballesteros providing the shield. Abba tried to create. He'll go to the line after getting that foul.
And this might be what Pampanga needs, in that sudden jolt of electricity now being provided by Tomorano, driving to the hoop, fishing for a foul.
And my report on Compton earlier, he's already hit exactly 10 assists, 2 more than what I reported earlier. Has already tied Maui Welar's playoff record, wherein he and talking about Welar, issued 10 assists in a game against Ceasar August 30 last year. Brown scampers for it. Belmonte trying to help out defensively. Demape rather, trying to do a turnaround, opting to pass off. Brown is launched, delivered. It's another 3. Second of the game. He has 8.
Halos walang pressure na dito kay Brown sa kanyang pagpukol ng 3-point basket, dahil nabigyan na talaga siya ng pagkakataon ni Coach Louie Alas na maglaro dito sa Game 1 ng semifinals. Although we're only in the third quarter, kapansin-pansin na walang energy itong Pampanga Dragons.
Parang it has been sapped out of them quickly. In every situation Pampanga finds itself in, looks like a forced shot.
Well, it looked like a forced shot by Eston Ballesteros. In fact, there was no blue shirt underneath the basket to get a possible offensive rebound. Lahat sila nasa labas, eh, oh.
And Kui was hesitant because he might, conscious of the 3-second call. Ballesteros is on the line. That last foul was on Aduco, his 4th. .38 to go, 77 to 53 tally. 24-point lead. Brown. Lumalong. Top of the keyhole goes to Chano. Cui has to hustle for it quickly to Ballesteros. That's going nowhere. Brown has it. Into the hands of Chano. He'll pop. Yes! Pia Gonzalez will tell us about the Dragons.
Sep, tama si Danny, there's too little energy and too much worry among the players of the Pampanga Dragons right now. They're too worried about the score and too concerned about making baskets to remember the other factors of basketball, like playing into position. Coach Romy Lopez had to remind them about the basics of where they should be, something they have been practicing throughout the season. Sep, Danny, back to you.
And they have been found completely out of sync, a step late against the Manila Metrostars this afternoon. It is Longalong with his 2nd personal foul.
But once again, Ballesteros will go to the free throw line because he was trying to really whip up his team by driving towards the hoop. Alam mo, Chef, hindi naman mangyayari ito na isang player lang ang tanging makakabalik sa kanyang koponan. It's a very big lead being enjoyed by Manila. The only way to go right now for the Pampanga Dragons is that set up some sort of or some form of execution on their part. Kaya nga sinasabi natin ang isang point guard, kahit na sigawan niya yung kakampi niya, sinisigawan niya para kumuha ng pwesto at para kumalaw. Timing, nawawala sa timing itong Pampanga.
Ballesteros trying to create here, getting some points strung together. He has 19 in the game to emerge as the leading producer now for Pampanga. Alvarez with 17. Still a 23-point lead as we hit the 4:30 mark. Third quarter action. Into the corner we go to Brown, who decides to pass up. Demape. And Manila continues to press because that's their style, that's the way they play. They will not let up despite this awesome lead.
And they will not allow Pampanga to set up their own play.
I think they want to tell Pampanga here, we are taking the wind out of your sails early on in the series so that you will not recover anymore. And they may be thinking, subconsciously at least, of a sweep of the series so that they can move on to whoever wins that Pasig San Juan tussle. Some errant passes and Romela Ducol signaling the bench. He may be tired as of the moment. Nagpapapalit siya, no?
Oo, pero ito ang tamang gawin, no, ng isang mga lalaro. Pagka pagod ka, you cannot give 100%. You might as well signal to your coach to look for a pair of fresh legs.
Ballesteros. No. Longalong. Here's the Mape. Lead pass. Romela Ducol before he exits may need some more points. (83 to 58). A 25-pointer right now. Penetration will work. Down to 23. 3 minutes to play. So it seems that the layoff has not affected Manila, not one bit. Yung alawang na may have been expected has been shaken off even before today. So he's in for a Ducol. 83-60, 23-point spread. It was biggest at 26 for the Metrostars. Garcia trying to climb into that shot. And really no signs at all that Pampanga is going to stage an uprising here.
And Manila has done a good job of maintaining this lead.
Yes, no question. I think what we have learned from Manila during the course of the season is that when they're good, they're good, Danny. When they're off their game, they're off. Like as you check out the Hardy Flex race, like the 2 games they lost to Negros as well as Iloilo. And they were just absolutely homesick.
Pero you know, experiencing a loss is a lesson to be learned also for you because you begin to realize ano nangyayari. Meron tayong offensive foul lamang kay Alex Compton. Ako pa, magiging masusi sa akin getting into the last 2 minutes and 32 of the third is that i-pressure na ng Pampanga ang mga point guards. Let them waste a lot of precious seconds. Pero nauunahan sila off the bat sa sprint.
Alam mo si Alex Compton, there are reports that he may miss at least a game or 2 of this series, Danny, because he has to proceed to the United States to attend the wedding of a brother of his. So Louis Alas telling Alex Compton, sabi niya, huwag mo ako intindihin. If you have to do what you have to do. And I think the team has learned how to adjust with the absence of several players during the stretch of their season. Like in the case, they don't have Serrano. Bravo launches a long three, and it's a long rebound. Echano ends up being tied up. It is on Echano as he tried to tie up Garcia. So wasted possession by the Metrostars.
Could have been another fast break for Manila, but if not for the foul by Nestor Echano. Again, I'll say it again, Sev, we are missing the game of Long David in this game.
And it's non-existent. I think the confidence of Long was shot also when he knew that Bautista was not going to be on the floor. You know, it's when a big man wants to shoot, at least he has the confidence, the assurance that another big man will be there to be able to get some rebounds in case he should miss. And Pampanga is out of sorts here, no question about it. 6 seconds on their shot clock. Louis Alas is trying to voice operate the defense. Oh boy. emotions of the players is simply so clear. And the story of this game seen on their faces. 1:09. Compton waltzes in the interior, is fouled upon entry.
So Alex Compton will go to the free throw line for the Manila Metrostars. And you can see Roel Bravo trying to pump up his players. No, wala sila yung emotions na hindi na nakikita natin sa previous games.
Even the very animated Gabby Queen, I think this is a different Gabby Queen we're seeing here today. There are smiles all around on the white side of the floor. Read lips. Okay. But his effort to be coy there are definitely masking the fact that he is disappointed with the way this team has done here today, with the Dragons, the way they are being clobbered by Manila. That'll work. Banzil has his second field goal. Could be an AC Brown offensive foul.
It is an offensive foul called against AC Brown, but if you notice, Manila is just really quick to bring the ball up with Alex Compton. Hindi pa nakaka-establish talaga ng position except for this position played by Andy De Guzman for an offensive foul against Brown.
43 seconds remaining in the third quarter, so dominated by Manila. I think I'm looking at Louis Alas and Boise Samar. I think they may have the Dragons may have gotten away with a ball on the sideline violation. Big smile. Kung hindi lamang yan, hindi nakatawa yun. 30 seconds to go. Here's Compton, who has already registered 11 assists. Traveling.
Well, this time, Pampanga shot off the baseline for Don Tomaso. You know, we have not yet seen. Ako, ang hinahanap ko talaga sa isang kubanan, yung bite. Kung lalaban pa rin sila kahit na ilang mga kalaban na malaki.
Garcia got it in. That will count. And nobody's taking charge.
Oo, at ito yung sinasabi natin, nasa na yung leadership qualities na isang malalaro sa Pampanga Dragons. Nasabihin sa kanyang mga kakampi, kaya pa to. We're only in the third quarter and we are about to enter the fourth.
Mosley, by the way, has been brought into the game for the first time. 6 seconds remain as Compton issues off assist number 12. Longalong is in double figures with 10. For the last 12 times, a DHL assist by Alex Compton. Longalong living up to the call. 11 points. They can get into this ball game, and that's not. I think we can all sense that right now.
You know, that's true, Seven. What they're looking at right now is the short-term goal of Pampanga. One, to bring that lead down by having some sort of a spurt. A 6-0 spurt, an 8-0 spurt. Second, they cannot afford to trade baskets. Kahit na dito sa opening minutes ng fourth quarter, kailangan mabilis sa kanilang umpisa. Agresibo sila. Para lang bumalik sa kanilang momentum. The momentum is not on their side at all, and they are not in any way helping themselves.
Let's see if Morano can get them going. This bounces out. Manila clocks the rebound. And a foul against Banzil.
You know, did you know, Seb, that Manila shot 65% during that third quarter?
Mostly from the inside.
Mostly from the inside, based on my shot chart. But more importantly, they had 10 assists in the quarter. Although they may have 8 turnovers, sa fast break naman, itong Manila had 6 fast break points against only 2. Inside scoring so far, 54 for Manila as compared to only 32 by the Pampanga Dragons.
Brown with a spin around. Is hit hard, but he takes it like a man. Let's watch it anew. Tries to lose Garcia. They give it to Bansil apparently. Looks like it was a... They give it to Garcia. It appears like it's a hard foul. It's a flagrant foul. So plus possession this time from Manila.
But he thinks Pampanga Dragons cannot afford to get into. Eh, kasalukuyang humahabol sila.
Garcia hitting the bench, Ballesteros back in. Looks like everybody on the Pampanga bench who has a uniform on has been brought into the game.
And then the offensive foul will be called against Brown.
That'll be his fourth, and he has an argument going on with Ballesteros. Here's Mosley. Ato Morano trying to drive hard. Offensive foul.
Alam mo, maganda tingnan ulit sa replay itong ginawa ni Ato Morano kasi kapansin-pansin na galing sa anggulo natin eh, binigay niya yung kaliwang siko niya. But it looked like just one motion, said, and that's the reason why Morano is asking na wala naman yun. It's just my motion of driving towards the basket.
Burying his elbow in the throat area of Echano. And Echano's shoe has left its owner. Size 10, size 12 block. Can you go to... Compton trying to ball Falk. Long pass. Goodbye. Longalong. Yes!
What a game by Jun Longalong. And talk about intensity. Itong Manila oozing with so much intensity and confidence. This will have to force Pampanga into a timeout.
Davao over there at the Rizal Memorial Colleges in Davao City. That should be an interesting matchup. I'm going to watch the coaches there. Mata ni Dani, pass with Francis.
Ballesteros hitting a three-point basket. The second of the game. 24-point lead set by the Manila Metrostars. Defensive stop ang sinasabi natin dito para sa Pampanga Dragons.
Sino nasa Davao ngayon? Sino nasa Davao? Sino panelist? Sino alam mo nandun? Si Nico ba o si Bob?
Bob at saka si Butch yata ang alam ko.
Roommate mo, hindi kasama ron.
Hindi.
So si Ria at saka si Bobby. Okay, PM, tell us about the Dragons. Nung nakita ko, parang walang gumagalaw doon sa timeout na yun.
Oo nga, Seb. Talagang pawis na nga rin itong si Coach Romy Lopez, and I don't think it is just because of the heat. I think it is due more to the huge deficit that his team now has. He has been trying all combinations. Nakita niya halos nagamitin niya lahat ng tao to no avail. And now he is trying something new. He wants to set Danny mostly up for a shot. Probably one, because Danny has been playing pretty well defensively. And number two, probably because the rookie will be glad for the chance to strut his stuff and give the team the energy boost that they need. Seb, back to you.
Thank you very much. 9:36 to go. Romela Ducol back in the ball game for a little more punishment to be dished out to Pampanga because they want to stamp themselves clearly against Pampanga here.
Alam mo, at saka shaking off yung sinasabi natin yung layover nitong Manila Metrostars. Malaking bagay yan.
Hey, these guys still around.
Oo. We're talking about Rudy Hatfield and Chris May of the Laguna Lakers. There's no doubt that Manila has shaken off their layoff, no?
Oh, wala na eh.
Wala na.
They're back in business. 24-point lead. It's been steady at that. 9:33 to go.
Tingnan natin kung masiset up talaga ito si Danny Mosley for a shot.
Decides to go to Bansil. Wing shot, no go, but he'll go to the line for fair. Kamasa with his third foul. Bansil, a hometown Kapampangan. Bansil seems to have the hand, huh? 95-73 is the count. 22-point lead.
Well, para sa akin na, ito si Billy Bansil. The start of the game for the Pampanga Dragons is to keep bumping Romel Aducol, no?
Yes, and if you're a late tuner, just to announce a new Dave Bautista of Pampanga, such a vital cog of this team, sidelined due to an injury, is there with the team but unable to suit up. That will not work for Lungalang. Spots the next.
It's a basket, so this might be the start of an uprising for the Pampanga Dragons, provided that they do not allow the Manila Metrostars to score on this offensive.
They need to stop here. Kui is muscling Aducol. Tamaso snaps. 3-second violation against Aducol. And a technical. You know. A technical foul is called against probably Aducol. Yes. And that'll send a designated hitter to the free throw line on the other side of the floor.
Well, this is one thing na maaaring gamitin ng Pampanga Dragons. They know for a fact na si Aducol will get his way inside. But if you keep on bumping him, maaaring he might lose his cool and lose his game as well.
95-76. This is Don Valerio. He is our master guapo of the game. How you do not sweat in this venue is a miracle of nature, my friend. Mosley with a 16-second shot clock to operate with. Pampanga will recycle their offense. Currently down 95-76 with 8:31 remaining. Manila looks well on its way to breaking the ice here, drawing first blood. Ballesteros can't knock in that three. Aducol snares the rebound by Slonsa. Here's Limape quickly across the midcourt line. Longalong without a dribble. Camaso fakes everybody and his brother in the 3-second air. Come on. Compton. Yes! And rubbing the salt on the wounds of Pampanga right now.
Alam mo, nakakatawa yung offensive na yun dahil meron sila tira dun sa loob. Pero, again, hinanap nila kung sino malilibre and they have to compliment Alex Compton. This time around sila mag-i-issue ng assist kay Alex.
1 out of 8 from the three-point zone. The shot by Bansil does not materialize this time. Touchdown pass. Camaso says, yee-hoo! That won't work. May kulang ng pektos, Danny.
Pero makukuha pa rin yata nitong Manila Metrostars. Pero may foul na itatawag. At mga yata matatawagan si Mosley.
Now, that last play is significant. When you see a Romel Aducol dive here for the ball, it's indicative of desire here.
At saka hindi lang yun. It also indicates the kind of game that the Manila Metrostars want to show here in Game 1. Yung no let up.
Yes.
Alam mo, may mga ibang koponan talagang makikita mo kahit na lumamang sila ng 20, pinapahabol nila. They would win by what? 5 points? Pero ito Manila Metrostars, mukha yatang no let up. And this is what a team needs, yung killer instinct.
I think the message is clear, Danny. You are not going to steal one from us here and give you a chance to win the series in your hometown in San Fernando, Pampanga. What we intend to do is to steal it from you come Sunday, the 31st of October.
Yeah.
Win another game here on Wednesday and end it, right finish to it, on the 31st of October and let you worry about your Halloween problems. Tamaso. (100-76) as Manila continues to plug and pound away. Alvarez against Compton. Alvarez can't shoot. Good defense by Compton. Morano. Aduco collars that rebound. 7 minutes and 7 remaining. Compton sprints. Kick out Demape. Back to Compton. Can't shoot. Dish off inside. Bang. Just a simple awareness of where everybody is.
Alam mo, hindi ko maintindihan. Hindi ba napapagod ito si Alex Compton? Saan na pumupunta eh? Saan corner ng court eh, pumupunta ito si Alex Compton?
Really tiring out the defense of Pampanga, extending it, forcing it to rotate quickly, and they've been a step late. Ballesteros ends up with nothing. Compton, no look. Compton, that's the story of this ballgame. And Compton is asking for a change. And a timeout by Pampanga. Seconds remain before Manila claims game number 1 in this best-of-5 series.
It's total domination by the Manila Metrostars in this game. 5 minutes and 51. What Pampanga can do right now is that they have to play a tougher defensive stance, no? And after which maibaba lang nila itong kalamangan ng Manila. Huwag na nila isipin na ma-overhaul itong lead na ito.
Pampanga's game has been taken out of sync, while in the meantime Metrostars have had quite a day here. Let's check with Lexi Schultz about how happy the Metrostars are.
Very happy, Seth. Actually, before the game, Coach Louis Alas talked to them about the maturity of a team. Ang sabi niya, in the final stretch, the team should know exactly where they want to be, and they should be there. And as for maturity of players, emotion should be kept inside. Frustrations, joys, whatever, you should not show it on court. And in general, total control of the game. We have to use our system and never succumb to theirs. And I think that they're doing this in this game. That's why they're so far ahead. Guys, back to you.
We can go home now, Lexi. You finish this game. We can now go home. Okay? Tinapos din.
Yun na nga yun, ano? Sinabi na ni Lexi ang nangyari dito sa larong ito, yung game 1 na ating serye for the semifinals in the Northern Conference.
Now, let's shift to Pia's side of the floor and talk about the Pampanga Dragons. Okay, this game is over, even if there are still 4-41 remaining. Do you immediately, check out this FedEx pass break, do you practice right away tomorrow, Danny? What are the things in your agenda if you're Romy Lopez and Bonnie Garcia here?
One, review the tape, and second is to be able to whip this boy back in shape for game 2, because sabihin natin, they were embarrassed in game 1, and the only way to keep their spirits up is to explain to them what happened in game 1, the changes that they have to make. But what concerns me now is that they have to go down fighting. If they're gonna lose this game, they have to lose it fighting. Hindi pinapakita ng Pampanga to. So, on the emotional level, maaaring talagang dehado na traumatize itong Pampanga sa larong ito.
And so, the drawing board may have to be more on the mental horizon more than the basketball side as the coaches go back to their drawing boards.
Para sa akin, yung mental toughness na kailangan mailabas ng Pampanga Dragons after this game 1. There's just no way that Pampanga can get back into the ball game.
No way.
This game with the way they're playing. Not only that, if you notice them on the court, you see that their heads are bowed. They just are moving about. Wala sila talaga into the game. And if you look at their bench, halos give up na talaga ito.
Yes.
Sa pa lamang ng fourth quarter, halos give up na. Nobody's cheering for their teammates. You know, everybody's just, even Coach Romy Lopez, give up na. But para sa akin, If they go down fighting, it can change their character getting into game 2.
Well said, partner. 4 minutes and 5 to go.
But don't go home yet, Seth.
No. You and Lexi are in a rush here. I know it's Saturday. Lexi's always in a rush to go home.
I can see her.
Whether it's Pasig, Manila, I don't know why. On that, she cannot get mad with me because it's true.
At hindi makabawi si Lex. Hindi siya makasalita kasi wala sa mikropono. Patay tayo sa kurot nito mamaya pagkatapos.
Anong kurot? Anong kurot? Nakikita mo ba yung barko na suot niyan sa paa niyan? Direk, huwag mo na i-close up. Pati ikaw mapapatay. But Pampanga will have to recall. I mean, as you chart out the mental makeup job you have to do with this team, I think they have to recall that Laguna series where they showed tremendous amounts of character.
Alam mo, para sa akin, it's what you call yung respiriting the whole team after this loss. Ang Manila, if you notice, poker face sila. And ito yung sinasabi ni Lexi Schultz. Now, they've got a mission here in game 1. They have played out their mission, and at the rate it's going, they're going to finish this game still with those poker faces. No?
Yes. So, this is like going to the office on a Saturday, getting the job done. If Manila was a construction team and they were able to do half of the building, they would be happy right now, and they even call a timeout. I think they want to blot out something for the last heat. Anyway, we've got that timeout. De La Rosa missing on a shot off a feed by Compton, and Pampanga trying to rush to their end of the floor. 107.85 is the count, and De La Rosa may have given up that his 6th foul.
You know, fourth quarter field goal shooting, Manila 6 out of 10 for 60%. And Pampanga only 4 out of 12 for 25%. So it only goes to show that the offense of Pampanga is still missing or wanting in options. No, there are no options at all. It's always the first option, pass, shoot. First option, pass, shoot. Yun ang nangyayari sa kanila.
Yes. And Louis Alas has used 10 men, and they have all delivered in this game. There's Morano driving very hard. That'll go. I think the return of Echano, as you check out this Colt 45 strong move, may send a big sign. Sends a big signal, a big message to everybody who's going to face Manila in the future. He's not 100% ready, but his presence is going to help Manila immensely.
Because they've got another deadly option in Mr. Rizano hitting from the outside.
And who can score layups as well. Acrobatic, graceful shot. And he has a smile on his face. He was trying to talk to you earlier, but you had your headset on. Alvarez gets a layup. Lead is down to 17. Alvarez, lead is down to 15.
Well, I'm sure ayaw ni Coach Louis Alas to because, again, we're talking about the no let-up attitude by the Manila Metrostars, but they are allowing Pampanga to get some points.
Chano loses the handle. From Morano, wild shot. Here's Alex Compton. Chano approaching the final minute. Anyway, we are into the final 2 minutes. I think it just passed us, huh? Which is brought to you, of course, by London Dry Gin, which is now in a handy junior size. London Dry Gin Junior is just right for you. and right, despite the fact that the lead has dropped to 15, Manila is well on its way, Danny, to taking game 1.
They take game 1 with the prospect of winning game 2 here.
Very clear also.
Should Pampanga not make all those necessary adjustments, but I would say 60% of the game on Wednesday, that's game 2, would be more of the mental side for the Pampanga Dragons. The 40% would be just with the adjustments that they have to make.
I think Robbie's already thinking of tonight. This tape that he will review, and
they were just beat and served. Lumabang sila nung first quarter ng 1 point, but after that,
just about a 24 to
23, I guess.
Yes, more or less. In fact, we had just 2 deadlocks at 2 and then at 22. Looked like Pampanga was making a game out of it. Godoy Belmonte blocked. Shot Pankinsen as the UST connection is at work. Brown. Echano. Luis Alas is quickly over to the bench in Pampanga to offer his sportsmanlike gesture. Of course, we'll take a short break, and in just a short while, we'll present you our Celtic star player.
Smooth. Taste the difference.
Will there be one? Yes.
And that can break the momentum of the Pampanga Dragons. Simple lang ginawa ni Alex Copton. Nag-abang
And I guess our call in that situation reflected the way this game was eventually carved out. A victory for the Manila Metrostars, 111 to 96. Who is our Celtic star player, Mr. Danny Francisco?
You know, we were discussing about the Celtic star player, and we have to give it to Alex Compton. Alex Compton finishing with 16 points. Sinabi natin par for the course. But itong 14 assists, that made the big difference in this game. He chose him as a Celtic star player because he made his teammates look good. He made Adubo look good with 28 points, Longalong with 13, Camaso with 12, and most of these came from Alex Compton out of those 14 assists.
Check out this Kit Kat winning break.
This winning break is brought to you by Kit Kat. Have a break? Have a Kit Kat.
Of course, you're going to see Jun Longalong here, but what a great game by this Metrostars team.
Well, Don Camaso to Alex Compton. This time around, Don Camaso says, I'm going to make Alex look good. A big 3-point shot for Alex Compton. Only the first 3-point basket of Alex Compton. He was struggling from the outside. We chose that as our Kit Kat winning break. If you know how to dish it off, you know how to receive them, and that was our Kit Kat winning break.
Exactly. Hardy Flex, king of the boards. Let's check out our winner. He is none other than Mr. Romel Adufo, a total of 13 off the board. And now checking out our final update on our Budweiser buddies. Now, this tells the story as well.
That's true. Look at Aducol and Compton combining for 44 points on top of 18 rebounds and 15 assists. Parang masasabi mo na ito si Ballesteros medyo nang kulang or nagkulang ito si Long David sa kanyang suporta kay Ballesteros dahil si Long David only with 2 points and 7 rebounds. So that is our presentation of the NBA buddies because it goes to show yung Compton at saka Aducol combination talagang sabihin natin flawless so far in the season.
Yes, indeed. Iloilo Megavolts, visit the Davao Eagles over there at the Rizal Memorial College's gym in Davao City. Our colleagues Bob Novales, Butch Maniago, Ria, and Bobby are the quartet. That's our quartet over there as we start that series. This series, by the way, will continue come Wednesday here at the Mail and More Sports Arena, and now the onus is on the Pampanga